This is One on One. Jennifer Weber is a director, choreographer with the hip-hop Nutcracker. She has challenged me to say the word represent on air. I've never done that. I think for a middle-aged man on public broadcasting to say represent in a blue pinstripe suit is embarrassing. And you say?
I think it's all good, you know. Hip-hop is about your individual style. If you can bring it, you can make it work.
But we just saw this roll-in of this great hip-hop Nutcracker. And my question is, by the way, wow, it's fabulous.
Thank you.
By the way, let's also make the connection with NJPAC. When is it happening?
It's going to be here at NJPAC on December 19th.
Is hip-hop only for a certain group of people of a certain age, of a certain ilk, or the rest of us, can we play?
Hip-hop is for everyone. That's what's so great about it. Hip-hop is the language of youth culture. It's the language of the streets.
So you just said youth culture. You just said youth culture.
Yeah, but you know, everyone is young at some point, so they can. It's open to everyone. You know, hip-hop is just it's a language. It's a way of speaking. It's a way of communicating. It's a way of making your voice heard. So that's a language that is open to everyone who wants to use it to speak.
So, the Nutcracker and hip-hop, ballet, Tchaikovsky. Hip-hop, natural connection?
Well, if you think about it, you know, the Nutcracker is a really famous piece of work. It's a story that everyone knows. And basically what we're doing with the hip-hop Nutcracker is translating the Tchaikovsky score into the language of hip-hop choreography. So they go together really well. That when you watch people break dance to Tchaikovsky, you start hearing different sounds, new accents, new ways of understanding the music, the way we're interpreting it through our bodies. And at the same time, the music enables the audience to see the dance in a new way.
With a DJ on stage?
Yes, with a DJ.
With a violinist?
And a violinist, yes.
You envisioned all this?
Yes, I worked with my creative partner, Mike Fiddleson, and I came up with this concept, and we sort of translated the classic story into a language for today.
So what I'm curious about is you. Because I'm always fascinated. One of the things, the thing, frankly, that I love about this job is trying to understand how people have come to be who they are professionally. And I'm wondering, you grew up where?
I grew up in Amherst, Massachusetts.
What?
Yeah.
Amherst?
Yes.
Outside of Boston?
In Western Mass, yeah, pretty far from Boston.
Connect that to hip-hop.
There was no hip-hop when I was growing up, but I went to college at the University of Pennsylvania in Philadelphia, and I started getting really into the underground hip-hop scene when I was in college. And you know, for me, it was just this whole other world, and you know, things that were going on at night, and I wanted to bring to the stage the way people were dancing in clubs.
Were you trained earlier?
I did take some dance classes when I was a kid, but not seriously. I don't have I don't have a formal dance training, like a college dance degree or anything like that.
So many of the other folks connected to hip hop have come from urban communities, from cities.
Yeah.
Not necessarily the case that has to be, right?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up in Amherst, but then I moved to Philadelphia, and then after that I moved to New York City. So I've been in New York a long time, and that's really where my hip-hop knowledge comes from being in New York and being in the scene. So just, you know, where you grow up doesn't necessarily, you know, influence you forever. It's just where you started. You know, everything is a starting point for something else.
But you also clearly are an entrepreneur. And you start this all-female hip-hop group?
Yeah.
Ensemble. What? What?
Dance company.
Dance company.
Yeah. In Brooklyn.
Who are these women?
These are amazing women. They're actually from all over the world. We have dancers in the company from Japan, from France, from Norway, from Nigeria, from all different places. And we've all sort of come together because New York is the heart of hip hop. It is the mecca of hip hop. So it brings, you know, people together from all these different places, and we meet. And even if, you know, hip hop is the language that brought us together, even if we don't all speak the same language at first.
Where do they perform?
We've performed all over the world. We've toured all over the U.S., all over the UK. We've done, all kinds of shows. We've done television. We've done theater shows. We've done fashion shows. All kinds of things. Just anywhere where we can just bring our voice to a new audience.
The idea of making a living, the idea of being a business person, those skills, where did they come from?
University of Pennsylvania.
Not a bad school.
Not a bad place. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's really important to not, to be an artist and to be an entrepreneur. You have to be
agreed. You
right?
can't be a PBS without being both. No money, no mission.
Yeah, I mean, you just can't create work at a certain level without the money, and you have to know how to handle your business. You have to know how to have a website, how to read a contract, how to do your taxes,
Get
all the
underwrite
things.
what you do?
Yeah, I mean, our work has been underwritten by all different types of people.
Are you involved in the business of getting those to invest?
Sometimes, yeah. It depends on.
You have to go out there and be involved, though, right?
Yeah. You have to be a part of the world. You can't just create work in your studio and hope that somebody someday will see it.
You haven't been able to simply say, "I'm an artist. I'm not involved in business." You haven't been able to do that.
I don't think any artist can say that.
No such thing.
No such thing.
Real quick. So, in the minute we have left, folks who come to this will be seen before and after the NJPAC performance. If they come to see the hip hop Nutcracker at NJPAC, what will they see?
They're going to see a high-energy, super exciting new interpretation of a classic tale.
Describe again what's on stage. DJ.
You're going to see 11 hip-hop dancers. You're going to see a violinist. You're going to see a DJ, and you're going to see the legend of rap himself, Curtis Blow.
Oh, you did Curtis Blow.
Yeah.
How does that all happen?
Curtis Blow is a part of the show.
That is amazing.
Yeah, it's amazing to work with Curtis. He's so inspiring.
And you found him where in all this? How you just said be part of the show?
Something like that, yeah.
Well, that is fabulous.
Yeah.
You are a fascinating young woman who has an artistic background, hip hop background, but also you represent.
That's right. Represent.
See, stop. Then you went like,
got it. You got it.
Do that. Get out of here. Jennifer Weber, director, choreographer, the hip hop Nutcracker. Tchaikovsky would be so proud.
I think so.
I think so. I know so. I want to thank you for joining us here at the beautiful New Jersey Performing Arts Center. Well
Thanks
done.
for having me.
Catch us next time. That was great.
Cool.
One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJPAC has been a production of the Caucus Educational Corporation, celebrating over 25 years of broadcast excellence, and by the New Jersey Performing Arts Center, in cooperation with NJTV and 13 for WNET. Funding for this edition of One-on-One with Steve Adubato at NJPAC has been provided by Barnabas Health, TD Bank, Cone Resnick, Josh S. Weston, NJ Best, Gibbons PC, and by the New Jersey Education Association. Promotional support provided by NJ.com, Small News, Big News, True Jersey, and by NJ Biz, All Business, All New Jersey. Transportation provided by Airbrook Limousine, serving the metropolitan New York, New Jersey area.